The 2026 Buick Envision is a car that looks like a $50,000 luxury cruiser, but unfortunately sometimes drives like a $30,000 rental car. It's caught in a weird limbo between premium and mainstream, and while it has one of the best screens in the business, there are 5 major ownership headaches you need to know about before you sign the paperwork. The premium limbo. Welcome back. This is the 2026 Buick Envision. If you're looking for major changes from the 2025 refresh, you won't find many. Buick has largely carried this model over, adding a couple of paint colors like quartz blue and midnight opal, but the mechanical bones remain exactly the same. And that matters because this car is trying to do something very difficult in the US market. It's positioning itself as a premium vehicle, sitting above a Honda CR-V or Toyota RAV4, but technically below the heavy hitters like the BMW X3 or Genesis GV70. On paper, it's a compelling pitch. You get the looks and the quiet ride of a luxury car for about 10 grand less. But as we've seen with the long-term reliability of this generation, that discount comes with a cost. Let's cut through the marketing fluff and talk about the actual problems owners are facing. Problem number 1, the transmission tuning. The first and arguably most annoying problem with the Envision is the transmission. Under the hood, every single 2026 Envision comes with the same 2.0-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, making 228 horsepower. That engine is fine. It's adequate. The problem is the 9-speed automatic transmission it's paired with. In city driving, it's mostly invisible, but the second you ask this car for urgency, say merging onto a busy freeway or trying to pass a semi-truck, the transmission gets confused. There is a noticeable hesitation. You put your foot down and the computer takes a solid second to decide which gear it wants. When it finally downshifts, it often does so with a lurch. It lacks the crisp telepathic shifting you get in a BMW, or even the smoothness of the 8-speed you'd find in a Genesis. For a car that sells itself on effortless luxury, the powertrain often feels like it's working too hard. It's not broken, it's just poorly tuned. And for a car that can push $50,000 in the Avenir trim, poorly tuned isn't acceptable. Problem number 2 is what I call the luxury facade. When you first sit in the 2026 Envision, you will be wowed. The 30-inch diagonal screen that stretches from the driver to the center stack is stunning. It's crisp, it uses Google built-in, and it genuinely looks like something out of a Cadillac Lyric. But look down. Once you drop your gaze below the climate controls, the illusion shatters. The materials on the lower door cards, the center console surround, and the glove box are hard, scratchy plastics that feel pulled straight from a budget Chevrolet. We've also seen consistent reports from owners of the 2024 and 2025 models complaining about rattles developing early, specifically around the panoramic sunroof and the dashboard trim. When you're paying for a premium experience, you expect the car to feel solid like a bank vault. The Envision feels solid until you hit a pothole and the dashboard chirps at you. It's a reminder that while this Buick wears a tuxedo, it's still wearing sneakers underneath. This leads us directly into problem number 3, tech gremlins. That massive screen is the car's selling point, but it's also becoming a sore spot for reliability. We have seen numerous reports of the infotainment system freezing, going completely black, or refusing to connect to phones. Since this system runs virtually everything, including your navigation and media, when it glitches, you lose a lot of functionality. There have also been specific complaints about the heads-up display failing or flickering on the upper trims. Furthermore, Buick relies heavily on OTA updates to fix these things, but we've seen instances where an update fails or gets stuck, leading to battery drain issues where owners wake up to a dead car. While GM is generally quick to issue software patches, you shouldn't have to worry about your brand new SUV rebooting while you're driving down I-95. Problem number 4 is simple physics. This car is small. The Envision is classified as a compact SUV, but it prioritizes style over substance. The sloping roofline looks great, but it eats into your cargo capacity. You get about 25 cubic feet behind the rear seats. To put that in perspective, a Honda CR-V, which is technically in a lower price class, offers over 39 cubic feet. Even the luxury rivals like the BMW X3 offer significantly more usable space. If you are a family of 4, the Envision is tight. The trunk floor is high and the width is narrow. If you plan to take a week-long road trip with a stroller and suitcases, you are going to be playing Tetris. This is a lifestyle SUV, not a utility hauler. If you need to move stuff, this isn't the one. Finally, problem number 5, the value trap. The 2026 Buick Envision starts in the low to mid $30,000 range for the Preferred trim. At that price, it's a steal. It's quiet, it has AWD standard, and it looks expensive. However, most people don't buy the base model. They look at the Avenir. Once you spec out an Avenir trim, you're looking at an MSRP north of $48,000, sometimes crossing $50,000 with options. At $50K, the Envision gets slaughtered. For that money, you can get a Genesis GV70, which is RWD-based, faster, and has an interior that feels like a Bentley. You could get an Acura RDX, which handles circles around this. You're even entering the territory of a lightly used BMW X5. The Envision Avenir asks you to pay luxury prices for a chassis that is fundamentally front-wheel drive based and shared with cheaper GM products. The value proposition completely falls apart at the top end of the lineup. Buy or skip? So that was a lot of negativity. Does that mean the 2026 Buick Envision is a bad car? No, it actually has one superpower: silence. Buick's quiet tuning is real. This cabin is quieter at 70 miles per hour than almost anything else in its class. If you don't care about 0 to 60 times, and you don't care about carving corners, this is a deeply relaxing place to be. You should buy the 2026 Buick Envision if you are looking at the Preferred or Sport touring trims, and you can get them with incentives. If you can snag this car for around $38,000 to $42,000, it's a fantastic, comfortable cruiser that looks more expensive than it is. It's perfect for empty nesters who want comfort and tech but don't need a massive trunk. You should skip the Envision if you are an enthusiast who enjoys driving. The steering is numb and the transmission is lazy. You are a young family who needs maximum cargo space. Get a CR-V or a Sorento instead. And most importantly, skip if you are paying full sticker price for the Avenir. At $50K, there are simply better, more prestigious, and better built cars on the market. The Envision is a good car with a great screen, wrapped in a confusing price tag. Shop smart, avoid the top trim, and make sure you test drive it on the highway to see if that transmission bothers you. If you want more honest reviews that don't just read the brochure, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.